Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we are looking at something very old and something that was probably one of my favourite programmes as a child. We are looking at the 1975 Space 1999 annual, which was released in late 74 by World Distributors for the upcoming 1975 year. And this was the very first Space 1999 annual. Okay, so this is the book in front of us, and it says Gerry Andersons Space 1999 Annual. And this is authorised edition based on the popular television series. And there you can see an eagle taken off from Moonbase Alpha. And you've got Dr. Helena Russell, Professor Victor Bergman, and Commander John Koenig images on the front of the annual there. If I turn the book over to the back, what have we got on the back? Well, we've got the rescue eagle at the top there on its launch pad, and we've got Helena Russell and John Koenig on an alien planet collecting some samples by the looks of things. And it's got Space 1999 at the very top, and at the bottom you've got the SBN number, which is 72350329X. And if we just turn the book to the edge, you can see it's got Space 1999 Annual World Distributors. Okay, so that is the front and back covers. Let's open the book up and have a look at the contents. Okay, so I've opened the front cover, and this is what we've got on the inside. You can see the eagle taken off there from Moonbase, and it says written and produced by Angus P. Allen, copyright 1975 by Associated Television Limited, all rights reserved throughout the world. Published in Great Britain by World Distributors, Manchester Limited. And it says Space 1999 Annual. Contents, picture strips and stories. So comic strip stories, in other words. Adam and Eve Part 2. The Great Brain Robbery. Curse of the Dead and A Woman's World. Puzzles and Games. Message from Space. Moon Probe. Spot the Difference. Project Exodus Game. Know Your Moonbase. Spot the Difference Again, and a quick crossword. And the features: Breakaway, Martin Landau, Moonbeams, Moon Madness, Space Quest in Stamps, The Place, The People, Barbara Bain, Codename Apollo, The Men, The Machines, Moon Map, Barry Morse, Moonbeams 2 and Moonbeams 3. Okay, so let's move forward. So we've got the very first story, which is Breakaway, which basically is a condensed story from the very first episode where the moon base fires away from the planet, and then we come on to the first strip story, which is Adam and Eve Mark II, which is a full color comic strip story. So it's all based on the television program. And then we got A Message from Space. It says, fast approaching an alien planet, Moonbase Alpha picks up strange signals from another civilization. The computer registers a message in a sequence of coloured symbols, which it has to decode using the key at the foot of the page. Can you unscramble this vital communication from the unknown? Check your answer on page 62. So quite a simple thing to do that. Information all on Martin Landau, who played Commander John Koenig. The late Martin Landau actually died a few years ago. The Great Brain Robbery, which is another story. It looks like it features Alan Carter in some depth. And there's also Victor Bergman and Sandra Baines. And there's the images of the crew in Moonbase Alpha at work. And Now Meet the Man, which is Alan Carter, the chief pilot of the Eagle, aka Nick Tate. Some funnies there, Moonbeams, Moon Madness, again, I think that's all information about what went on in the past to get to the moon. The Moon Probe, and then Spot the Differences. So you need to find the pictures are identical, or are they? In fact, the bottom picture has 10 small changes, so see if you can spot them all. So can we see anything straight away? Anything that sticks out like a sore thumb? Not really. But there we are. I'm sure. Oh, yes. The first one I'll see is this is missing from that picture there. There we go. Let's move on. Space Quest in stamps, so there's all the stamps from space, a couple of pages of those. Project Exodus, and that's the game. So you obviously need buttons and a dice, and you go around the squares. So the objective of the game is to be the first player to fully equip for Project Exodus, the evacuation from moon base to a friendly planet where new human civilization can begin. I won't read it all, but that's basically what the game's all about. The place and the people. So it's Moonbase Alpha and all their people. Again, that continues, and some great images there from the television series. And then we're on to Barbara Bain, who plays Dr. Helena Russell. And there's some great photographs of her. And some great images from the TV show. There's the Apollo 15. Scott and Irwin spent 67 hours on the moon using the Moon Car rover for the first time. Codename Apollo, and that was a rocket going off. And then we've got Know Your Moon Base. Again, it's all about Moonbase Alpha and the technology and so on. Then the Men in the Machines. So again, you've got Alan Carter, and you got somebody else. Is that Commander Kuhn? I can't see the picture clearly, but I'll Moon Show. And any equipment that they use. So their blaster, the comlink, and the moon buggies and so on. Then you got the moon map from both sides. Barry Morse, or the late Barry Morse, who played Professor Victor Bergman. That's all information on him. Curse of the Dead, which was the infections that was infecting people at the start of the television series in the first episode, Breakaway. And then we move on to more Moonbeams funnies. And there's another spot of difference. Again, there's, I think, 10 differences again. Any immediately jump out? These ones are quite well hidden again. I'm sure if I looked hard enough I could find them, but I won't waste too much time on that. And then we're on to another comic strip story. This one's in monocolour, and it's called A Woman's World, and it's pink colour and blue colour. And then we come to Moonbeams and the quick crossword, and that brings us to the end, and that gives you all the answers at the back of the book. And there, in fact, is the Moonbase Alpha coming into the Eagle coming into land on Moonbase Alpha. Okay, that is the book. Now, obviously, this was 1975, so we're talking almost 50 years ago. Well, it's because it was late 74 when it was released, so we are talking 50 years this year since this book was produced. How well did they do at the time? Well, Space 1999 was a huge program, and at the time it was the most expensive program ever made. So yeah, it was massive. Huge amount of promotion went on for Space 1999 when that aired, and what a show it turned out to be. Terrific ratings, and it was given a second season, but they did have to change things for the second season, and the budget was cut and so on. But how well did the book do? The book done fantastically. It was the first of the annuals to come out when it was during Space 1999's first season, and it was immensely popular. And I can remember having one of these in my Christmas stocking 50 years ago that my mum and dad bought me because I was well into Space 1999. So yeah, I mean, I think they were pretty much standard in everyone's, all the kids' stockings at Christmas. And don't forget, that's when the annuals are released. It's really for Christmas. But getting on now, 50 years ago. I mean, if you think about 50 years ago, you couldn't watch your programs whenever you wanted to. You had to wait for them to come on TV. And back then, there was two main television channels, which is BBC One and ITV. BBC Two was around, but it was kind of like all the rubbish stuff went on to BBC Two. So yeah, you really only had those few channels to watch. And if you was away or if you was out and you missed your program, you had to wait for a rerun. And sometimes those reruns didn't happen. Or you had to wait years for them to happen. So if you missed your TV programme, that was it. Tough luck, mate. So in order for you to relive those programmes when the TV series was not on, or when it was off air, or the season had finished, things like this was produced, and the annuals, colouring books, activity books, and so on. And then I think there was a range of toys that was done. There's a Dinky done a whole load of models, eagles, and so on. And I think Mego done some action figures. Yes, they did. And I think then Palatoy also. Was it not Palatoy? Sorry, yeah, Palatoy done the Mego ones. But then there was also some other ones that were done, which were larger figures. I can't think for the moment who actually produced those. But there was a moon-based play set. There was also the large eagle, plastic eagle that was done. Mattel, sorry, it was Mattel. Mattel done a range of figures, the moon-based play set and the eagle. So there was lots of merchandise for you to use. Whole point being is that you could carry on enjoying your program even there when it wasn't on air. So yeah, done very well. What do they like to find now? Well, I mean, annuals were mass produced, so you can generally pick them up on platforms, or I think all the platforms generally have some kind of Space 1999 annuals available. But you just got to be a little bit careful of the condition. It's nice to have very nice condition ones like this one. This one is in fabulous condition. There are a few little marks, little dents on the spline, and a few little dents on the edges. But other than that, it's immaculate. Inside, it's absolutely fantastic. Very, very good condition. And no writing or markings of any kind inside this annual. So finding them in this condition is quite difficult, but as usual, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I'm absolutely positive that you won't want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky that you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching. You should never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.